Hi, hey, hello. How's it going? It's Emily. So today I just wanted to film a quick video before I lost the light. It is 3 p.m. and the sun is going down so fast already. But I wanted to film this before I lost the light to just give a quick update on what I'm going to be reading / what videos I'm going to be making for the month of January. Now, normally I would be making a TBR video and playing my TBR game, and that's not going to be the case today, unfortunately. There will be my TBR game coming back in a different form in a vlog, so you will still see my TBR game. So do subscribe and stay tuned for that, and I still will be playing. It'll just be in a vlog rather than in this particular video. So here's the reason. I knew the beginning of January would be just me getting my head screwed back on straight, right? So December, always chaotic. Of course, this December was no exception. It was very chaotic. We were hosting, and anyway, so just lots of chaos going on. I knew I wouldn't really have much time to film. I was very ambitious about being able to film a vlog of my Christmas reads during that time, but anyway, neither here nor there. So I knew that we would need a little bit of time into January to kind of recover and get my head straight for the coming new year. So that's what we did. Matt and I basically rotted on the couch for 2 days after the holidays to just recover, rest a little bit, and then needed to kind of pick up, organize, clean, just run some errands, get things set, and kind of reset for the new year. So the house is organized and tidy, feeling good about that. And so now I'm feeling back in the swing of things to actually be able to start making videos again. So I knew that I wouldn't have time to really be vlogging very much. In fact, I've already read a book and have not even opened my first vlog for January. I'll be doing that next, but have not opened that vlog. So I knew that I would need to just mood read. Because first of all, that's just a nice way to start the year, but I knew just time-wise, I wouldn't have time to kind of do a vlog that would have some sort of either game or some other way to determine what I read, because I just didn't have time to be pinned down to when I could film to be able to determine my next read. I need to just be able to get things going. So I've already read my first read. Again, I'll talk about that in a vlog. Don't worry. But, I've read one. I've just started another. And so I'm just going to mood read until Winterween. So Winterween is a readathon that Gabby from Gabby Reads hosts. I'll put the announcement video down below in case you're not familiar with this readathon. But I like participating. I don't know. I think it's fun to just change things up a bit in January. Read some thrillers, have a good time. And I do have some thrillers on, like some standalone thrillers on my TBR that I want to get through. So that's a good way to get through some of those. I'm saving my romances for a similar just standalone or a series of, standalone romances to read around Valentine's Day. So I'll get through some of those in that vlog. So that'll help take care of some of the standalones that I've got on my TBR. And so I wanted to just mood read until Winterween. So the first vlog you'll see from me is just, at this point it'll be a super short vlog because I don't have much time left and I will only be giving a quick review of one book and then probably reading 2 others before Winterween. Then the second vlog will be a Winterween vlog, and that runs from the 9th through the 15th. And then I think the third vlog is where my TBR game will come in. So if you're missing my Formula One inspired TBR game, do not fret. It's coming back in that vlog. So I think what I'm going to do to round out the month of January is play a round of a sprint race vlog. So this is actually what I did in my, at least at this point when video is going up. I probably will have this up before my Christmas reads vlog. So at this point when this is going up, it is probably the most recent vlog on my channel is a sprint race. So instead of, going through my game all at once at the beginning of the month in a TBR video, I basically just roll as I play. So I roll for my first read that book, or at least get most of the way through it, and then read for my next read, and just continue on and play the game. So it's basically the same as my TBR game. I normally use one dice in my, like when I do it for my TBR game, I use two for a sprint race just to kind of get through the board a little bit quicker so that it can actually fit within the time frame of a vlog instead of taking way too long. So that's the only difference, but it's basically just playing my TBR game and reading as I go and rolling as I go, and then ending the vlog when I end the TBR game or pass the checkered flag, as the case is for my Formula One inspired TBR game. Anyway, so that I think will be the third vlog. The only hiccup with that plan is that since I'm just kind of rolling and seeing what the game has in store, I don't know how long that vlog is going to last. And so, will it last the latter half of the month? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. And so we'll have to see how long that video or that vlog lasts to see if there's going to be a fourth vlog for January. Or maybe if there's only a little bit of time left, maybe I'll just tack on a bonus read at the end of that one. Anyway, but those are the three concrete video plans that I have in terms of vlogs. And then I want to do what most people do is end of year content, and what I intended to do as end of year content / start of the new year content. I did put up a bullet journal, like a look into my very unaesthetic bookish bullet journal that I started for this year. So I'll be sure to, that's on the most recent video on my channel as of when this is probably going up. And so, those will be the two most recent videos that'll pop up at the end of the video as well. And so, that was the start of what I wanted to do. I also want to talk about my goals and kind of priorities for the year, which I very briefly touched on in that bullet journal video because it is written in that bullet journal. But, I just want to have a separate quick video about that. My favorites of the year, do a few of looking forward to 2026 as well in terms of new releases and what I'm excited about. So I do have some of that video content as well that hopefully I'll be able to keep up with and get out a lot of content this month. We'll see. So those are the plans for January. So right now we're mood reading a couple of, a few books. Had a contemporary romance, currently reading Cold Wire by Chloe Gong. So a bit of a different vibe. And then I'll probably do To Cage a Wild Bird and do a fantasy romance before starting some thrillers. Actually, let me also go ahead and grab the books that I'm intending to read for Winterween real quick. One sec. So one of the prompts for Winterween is to read a book that was a 2025 release that you did not get to, and also just in general to read a thriller or horror. So the two books I have for that, The Ghostwriter by Julie Clark, and then I also have Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. So those two will fulfill both of those prompts. 5 Survive by Holly Jackson will fulfill the prompt to have blood on the cover. You can see there are little bits of blood, and 5 Survive I think is also supposed to be like written in blood kind of vibe. So, and then a book to read at night. I'm going to go with The Mystery Guest just because it is pretty small and will be pretty easy to get through, only reading through it at night. So hopefully that'll be fine, or in the dark. So, and especially now it gets dark pretty early. So could also count for evening reading as well. But, that'll fulfill that one. And then there's also a prompt. So the theme this year is also kind of centered around vampires. So one of the prompts was to read a book with vampires. So we have We Who Will Die by Stasia Stark. And so this one involves vampires. I will talk about these more in my Winterween vlog, but I also have a bonus one that I'm hoping to get to because I'm just so excited about it. This is None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. So if you're interested in those books and my thoughts on them, that'll be in the Winterween vlog. And so we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then, as I said, reading Cold Wire right now, probably To Cage a Wild Bird next. That's Winterween. And then, rolling for my TBR game. Who knows what we'll get for that. So be sure to subscribe for more bookish content and to see all of these videos and all of this fun stuff coming up. And I will leave my Instagram link down below, as well as more information about how you can support the Black Lives Matter movement. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.